I don't
That is
believe we were.
very, very butch lesbian of you, Angie. You need to stop right now.
I'll turn this chair around and be like, so you want to play Midgard?
Your
Hey, so I
webcam
heard you
is
like
broken.
Dungeons
Oh,
and
there it is.
Dragons.
Tell me about your character. I want to hear everything about them.
Oh wow, you okay over there? And
Be so gay.
I'm sorry, I'm flirting.
anywho's a backwards cap. Anyways, we are recording now, so you guys have noted that before leaving the library, there had been a bit of a rain that had begun to pour on the roof of the library, and so it is a very cold rain, and not light, but also not heavy, right there in between.
Tendi picks up their scarf and holds it over their head.
Prudence
Pop-
starts grumbling. I hate the rain.
Poppy does druidcraft to stop the rain over Prudence.
Amazing. Perfect. Give her inspiration. She's the best character.
I didn't know you could do that. Thank you. The
Well, I
rain,
normally do it just to myself, but it looked like you needed it more than me.
the rain makes my joints ache.
Mm.
Mm.
Leostin like wraps his cloak around his arms and like puts his arms out in front of above Poppy and Tendi.
Poppy doesn't notice.
It's
It's over
Ten-
her head.
Tendi gets under like the little chicken she is.
All right, so we are going where next?
Me literally forgetting that Hash is with us. It scared the shit out of me. Where did you come from?
a jump scare.
Surprise! It's Brittany, bitch.
Okay, but canonically, is Hash in the Free Britney squad?
I think we don't want to get too distracted from the actual things that need to get done.
I think
I
it's
just
very
figured,
important
okay.
that we free Britney.
I think
Uh,
that you are incorrect, Jordan. We need
I
to know
think-
the answer to
I-
this.
I think he wants people to leave Brittany alone.
I think that's fair.
That
Very
is
fair.
Should be fair.
He's a secret
so
Swifty.
we have a sort of lead, right? We need to go to the bar where you said that you had found this information about the dragged lady.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was called the Dragged Woman, and it was the Hedgehog Tavern, and you guys were getting excited about Knuckletooth, so I suppose we don't split up our what we want to do. We should all be in agreement.
We're in agreement that we need to do that, but then something else also.
Tendi thinks someone should speak to Radu.
And they
Who?
slowly look at Leofston.
Who is this Radu?
Stinky.
He's a person we've met at in the Kobold. I kind of like tries to think of the word. The Kobold section of the CT. He helped us with an issue before, so he has the air of somebody who would know about spooky things that go bump in the night. So if we're looking for ghosts, I imagine that is the sort of creature we should talk to.
Radu would go bump in night.
Well, kobolds are naturally rather intelligent creatures. Most people don't give them the time of day.
Oh, he's
No,
not.
Radu not kobold.
But he lives in the kobold ghettos?
He's stinky.
That's where we found him. Though if he lives there, we're not quite sure. He certainly has
It
an
was-
office.
It was the cartways, not the ghettos,
Hmm.
not the kobold. It was basically the cartways is like the thrift, the flea market bazaar underneath a bunch of buildings on the way to the undercity of Zobeck.
Oh, Leofston would have said that instead. Then sorry.
I figured.
Leofston gets lost. I could have swore it was right here.
Have you ever thought about asking directions, or is that too manly for you?
the city moved. That wasn't me. It's the city.
The city
yes.
is a mimic.
Disappearing streets and all that, I've heard.
He would know. he has the appearance of somebody who would know sort of things. So if we were looking for ghosts, he would be one that we talk to.
Teddy, no trust, Radu.
Well, then what order shall we do them in first?
Mm,
I think we should speak to Radu first.
I would agree because the inn we can go to it would probably be more populated at in the evening.
Agreed.
I guess that's true.
Well, if it is underneath all these buildings, as you have said, then perhaps we won't get as wet as we are right now, standing here and talking.
Prudence isn't wet.
Tandy not
I
wet.
feel fine.
Mm-hmm. You have an umbrella, so you're not wet either. Forgot I gave that to him.
Then just standing there soaked in the rain.
Holding it over his shoulder, but it's just not opened.
I'm okay, actually. I'm not too bad, really.
I mean, I'm certainly more appreciative of this now that this rain has come.
Oh, you weren't
all right.
appreciative of it before?
Hmm?
You weren't appreciative of it before?
I was a bit confused, but perhaps maybe you are able to predict the weather. So,
No, I gave
That-
it to you because you don't like the sun.
I particularly not fond of it, but it doesn't hurt me. I'm not a vampire.
That's what a vampire would say.
Why did you look at the camera when you said that?
Because
How
there
did
just
you know
happened to
where
be
the cameras are?
there just happened to be one here. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, I don't know where these cartways are, so go ahead and lead the way. I will gladly follow.
Okay.
And shut.
Remind me then, are the kobolds on the way to the cartways then? Because I do remember seeing kobolds like right outside where he was.
I think they were just guarding.
Kobolds often are they are close by usually.
Because they were sleeping on things by the wall, by the portcullis.
They were like in a guardhouse, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is um it really is really beneficial to have bookmarked the Midgard map of Zobeck. But the Kobold Ghetto is a very small bit in the center. Let's see what direction. Center east of Zobeck. So if you remember the map itself in general, it's the middle bottom. Because again, it's not, top isn't north in this instance. It's all on its side. But the Kobold Ghetto is the lowest portion of Zobeck, right just darn near at water level. But before the Kobold Ghetto, just to the south of it, there is the what is known as the pork cutlets of the cartways, which then leads to the Undercity entrance.
We're pretty close to it, so Leofson will start leading the way. East or west and over a bridge from us, if we were in a Collegium district.
Yeah, so from the square that you guys currently are, you take a main road south across the bridge of the Derry River. And to the right-hand side, you see the finer buildings of Crown Square, the more city official type of area. You pass, but on the left-hand side, you can see going downhill at a steeper pace than usual, the Kobold Ghetto, with most of its sheets and things kind of covering one another's buildings in a collective city of tarps and tents and shanties. But you get down to the number 56 on the map, or at least close by it. And you see the familiar area of the cartways where you had bumped into V, the kobold tinkerer, and fought off a kind of dwarf was it?
The dark dwarf, right?
Mean one.
Wow, racist. No, I'm kidding.
Jordan, what does this
Dwargar.
does this part of the city have any of those like missives on the doors or anything from the Shadow Fae? Like, are there any decrees
question.
anywhere?
You don't see. I mean, you've only gone into the Kobold Ghetto itself once when you went to go visit V. When you're walking around the edges of the Kobold Ghetto and you're in Lower Zobeck, occasionally you do see some of the missives posted on like street corners, block corners. You know, things of many like trafficked areas for people to see.
And if Prudence asks Sin to read them, like what sort of things do they say?
Same things that they've currently been saying. It's only been a day or so since they started appearing. They do say you have to actually mail your dungeon master a Kit Kat bar every month, but I mean, who really follows those things to begin with?
Would you like those random Kit Kat bars or anything like those like different kinds of variety flavors?
You know what? I would for like around friends as part of like a board game night, but no.
I will say the blueberry ones are very, very good. It tastes like blueberry muffins.
Delicious.
Okay. Well, yeah, but you guys are there. You guys see there is currently a 2 kobolds and a very large bear folk that is currently guarding the door.
A
Hello.
bear. I'm gonna Google.
Hello?
Do we need to get past them to get into the cartways?
They're normally the ones that guard the closed portcullis.
Hale, we need to get past to go to the cartways, if you don't mind.
You all look real wealthy, though. What business have you in the poorest part of the town?
Dawson kind of frowns and looks at himself like,
We have a friend that we're visiting.
Tendy is not friends with Radu. Tendy would like to see V though.
The other kobold's eyes go wide when you say Radu. You're here to see Radu?
Dawson frowns down at Tandy.
No.
Yes, we are here to see Radu. We have a couple of questions for him.
He's not here.
He's not here. Where is he?
He's not here.
Oh. Is he over there?
She points past the gate.
No, doesn't seem to be.
Would he be in his house?
He's not here. You see the other one kind of like look staring daggers at the other kobold.
We need to get inside to see him. He's not at the gate. We need to go to where he is.
No, I realize what you're saying. It's not like common is an unknown language to kobolds. We are very intelligent. And Hosh goes, I was just trying to tell them that earlier. We understand what you mean. He's not here.
Does Kobold friend know where Radu might be?
I know where he's not.
Prudence sort of kneels down to Tendy. I think he's trying to cover for Radu.
Why? Tendy does not want to hurt Radu. Tendy has question.
How much do you make it to keep people out?
We don't make 3 silver.
Vampire buddy.
Okay. What if if I give you 6 silver? Will you let us?
The bear leans down and goes, That only means that you're paying 2 of the kobolds.
How many are there?
How many are there?
26, counted them myself.
That one of the kobolds. Yeah, our big friend here needs to get paid too, and he's clearly like 14 of us.
He's only got one mouth and two hands, just like you.
I do have pockets though.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Thanks.
Tendy immediately starts to look at these pockets.
They're just
Prudence
basic pockets.
sort of like rubs her temples, or not temple, but the middle of her forehead, and she goes, "And how deep do your pockets run?"
Oh, we get to choose the amount.
3 silver each.
We did say that, yeah.
Tendy thinks kobolds is very honorable and maybe not be lying.
You
And
are
when
all-
Tendy say 3 silver, then kobolds mean 3 silver.
You are all very attractive people, so 5 silver. Final
3
offer.
silver.
But you're
Th-
so pretty. 5 silver
3?
is a 3's fine.
What would I roll if, like if I was to say that to an NPC, I would have to roll something to see if I charm them. What's the opposite? I want to see if Prudence gets charmed.
Oh,
I want a perception
Oh,
on their
okay.
fucking rolls.
Okay, hold on. So you'll need to roll a wisdom just check, and I'll have them roll persuasion.
Is this if you get charmed by the kobold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see if Prudence like gets
Oh,
up like
dang,
blushy.
Poppy. Poppy,
Settle
Poppy and
down.
Tindy.
Poppy and Tendy immediately.
Settle down.
Why'd I roll a nat 20 on a joke? God dang
Because
it.
that's
That's-
how you do.
That's how you roll. That's how we do it on Mondays.
Prudence sort of blushes and like looks away and like starts like kicking the dirt a little bit, like, well, perhaps we could give them a little bit more.
3
Actually,
silver.
Prudence, you like the compliment, but even you aren't fully charmed by them. They got a 1.
Oh, I rolled really low, so
Yeah, you got yeah. So like while you appreciate the comment and you believe that they're being honest, you also know that they are trying to get something more from you, and that you just had that issue at the Temple of Rava, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Tendy immediately does the
Sorry,
with the
that
kobold and then goes,
Wow, kobold friend is so nice to Tendy.
so that's 3, 6, 10 silver pieces.
9.
That means no in German.
No, we're saying Radu's not here. He could be though for 10.
could be.
hang on.
Well,
Is
what if
Radu here? Is Radu inside the pork chops?
He's not here.
Is he lying?
He's not lying. He's not here. You roll me an insight check. Actually, anyone who's
I don't
been
need to.
no. Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I know he's lying.
He's not lying. Everyone who's interested in the conversation, roll an insight check. I will explain something a little bit easier. There's such a thing as telling the truth and not getting real specific.
Oh, I almost rolled deception. Darn. That would have been better. Oh, dang. Okay.
That reminds me, I need to check to see how I.
when you're
Oh, shit.
proficient in insight,
yours.
you only get a 5.
I can
Yeah,
relate
so
to
we got-
that as someone who plays Althea.
So Poppy, so Prudence, Syn, yeah, you all got it.
Dang, Tindy.
Uh,
Tindy
all
rolls tonight.
yeah, all you guys beat the 8 that you can tell at this point that he was told to say that, and it was told in such a way to where if someone were to be casting a zone of truth or something, that saying he's not here means that he's not around us right now.
Yeah, I figured.
Is Radu in the space behind?
Yes. And then you look,
Ew.
10 10 silver, final offer, gold, 10 gold.
It's gold now?
Hold on. Prudence like sort of like tugs on Leofson so he'll like lean down so she can talk to him. Why are you being so weird about the amount? It's just 10 silver. We are so rich.
Because we shouldn't have to pay to go into an area that is typically allowed for free because we want to bribe them.
She goes like, shh, keep your voice down. They are so... They need it more than us. What does it matter?
Because it's not an honorable way to earn your money by extorting people. You think just because we have nice armor, and in this case we do have money, doesn't mean be exploited like this.
Yes, but also if someone
You
is
can't hear this, we're whispering.
Well, roll stealth, roll perceptions.
She kind of looks up at him. Leofston, is this a manner of your honor?
It's the matter of not letting them take advantage of good nature of of our group.
In the meantime, Tandy would like to ask the bear folk what all they keep in their pockets is.
Oh,
Can Syn hear them with a 24 perception?
You guys rolled
Yeah,
hiding
roll.
shit.
Yeah, roll stealth. If you guys are gonna plan on whispering and keeping things from other people while still in a voice thing, then you will need to proactively roll stealth to make sure that people can. And normally it's passive unless Sin you're attempting to actively listen into it.
I want to believe that the armor stealth penalty that Leofston has during these things is because he also, like an Italian, speaks with his hands. So every time he moves,
Wait,
Well, then I'll say that Syn was probably passively doing it. I'm not sure what my passive perception is, though.
I'm pretty sure you can hear Lee Austin, but you probably couldn't hear Prudence. He's probably
Okay.
gonna half the conversation. Meanwhile, the bear's just like, they're typically balls of lint, a biscuit here every now and again.
Tandy pulls out their pocket waffle.
Tindy makes biscuits too.
What's
Tandy
this?
does make very good biscuits. Tandy has
Mm-hmm.
pocket waffle.
That is a flat biscuit.
Will friend trade for lint ball?
I have collected this lint ball for 4 weeks.
Tandy
Oh my
puts
God.
their hand in their pocket and puts the waffle back, and they pull out a gold piece.
Can Tandy trade for lint ball?
And their pupils are huge.
I think that's fair.
No.
I'll start over tomorrow.
Y'all,
And
y'all are
pulls-
whispering somewhere else. Oh my God.
Prudence and
Sorry.
Leofston look over at Teddy like, Prudence
You
like looks at
can't
Leofston.
hear this conversation. We're whispering to each other.
All right, I'm rolling perception.
I'll roll
Poppy is
stealth.
just nodding and smiling, like, yes, this is correct.
Okay, Prudence is too busy arguing with Leofston.
I would assume he's would you roll perception? I'm doing it too.
It's okay. When it comes to whispering, it would be probably best to say you pull some. If you don't want somebody to listen in a party, it's probably best to pull them aside rather than right in front of where everyone is. You basically just squat down and start whispering.
Let me roll my clicky clack rocks.
That's fine, but
I like to see the numbers go
you
around.
gotta do it. You're doing it after the fact of somebody else listening in. And you're like, no, you can't listen in. It's if you don't want people to listen in, roll the stealth. Oh my god.
Initiative.
Leofson is telling Prudence, we can't set this standard because at some point we're gonna have to try to come in here. We don't have money, and they're going to expect it from us, and they're going to tell everyone else in the city that we have all this gold, which means people are going to find us and take that gold, probably our lives as well. So we can't just give money out to people.
She puts her hand on his chest. I think you are being a little paranoid. Nobody's gonna come after us for a few silver.
He goes rigid, but not because he's like mad or tense. It's because he's trying not to like. He's trying to like keep firm in his conviction, but this is going to create a bigger problem. But if that is what you desire to do with your money, your gold. No, this is he can't. They're extorting us.
I love it
Andy,
so much.
meanwhile, has absolutely handed over the gold coin to Claire and is very nicely saying, "Oh, thank you for the lint ball and also for letting us through."
She's taking care of it all.
It's okay. They can get past. And they're like, but the silver. And he goes, it's fine. We took care of it.
Tandy is good negotiator.
Well,
Tandy has new lint ball.
you're not gonna be able to find him because he's not here. But go ahead.
Prudence looks up from where she's arguing with Lee Austin, like,
Come on.
Come on, we took care of it.
I'm so incredibly confused by what all has been transpiring here. It's hard to pay attention to two conversations at once. One of them is whispering and glaring at the others for trying to listen in, and the other one is trading a gold piece for a bowl of lint. Poppy,
We did what?
you traded a gold piece for lint?
Tandy is through the portcullis.
Tindy, let me see. Oh, that's so good.
Tandy thinks it's a very good deal because what Bearkin does not know is Tandy is much smaller than Bear. And so Bear, little tiny lint ball for Bear is big, big lint ball for Tandy.
It's so true.
All right, you guys are in the cartways. It is again, it is the rain is obviously a little bit less here, because you're not obviously it's while the walls may be wet, and water finds its way through the various cracks of the buildings above, um, and this being naturally close to the sewers and all of that, there is definitely uh, not a whole bunch of activity, but just kind of a slog of people that are here. It wasn't as bright, shiny, and loud as the first time we were here with like gambling and such, but there are people that are just at their shops, sitting, not making many sales. And then, of course, there's the stairway that leads up one of the easternmost columns, made from various bits of bent steel and stone, that spirals up to a rooftop penthouse belonging to a Radu Underhill.
Then wants to see if, or get an idea if anybody is watching our group.
Make an active perception check. That's a pretty fair assessment. You were attacked by were rats the last time that you were here. There are eyes on you. It's hard to tell intent behind them, but you guys stand out from the usual riff-raff that make their way through the cartways. So, new faces, coming to familiar places that people have been for who knows how long, tend to draw a lot of eyes.
But nothing suspicious.
No, nothing suspicious. Well,
Okay.
With the amount of eyes, you can roll an insight check to see if you can find out something suspicious from it. Rolling hot tonight. Yeah, no, nothing other than what I described. You feel
Okay.
fairly confident. So, who's Leofston? You said you're going to speak to this Radu.
Yes, I am going to speak to Radu. I am Leofston, and I am so tall and hot.
Well, it seems like an
I
awfully
love
weird.
Prudence so much.
It seems like those are things that you wouldn't say out loud. It were just things that your mental brain would say. But perhaps that's just how it is.
Are you insinuating Leofston does not have good thoughts?
More importantly, other than Prudence trying to imitate Leofston's voice, can someone tell me what I should watch out for inside of his house? Am I even
Radu
going
is
in?
sneaky.
Should I even go in? What's the point?
I've looked around and it doesn't seem to be anybody. would be suspicious. I think we're just fine. Just going to be a conversation.
Hosh then looks around to see if he follows. No, I didn't think of that. Good thinking, Syn.
Thank you.
Tendy kind of does like a
Yeah.
for literally everyone else to go first.
Hasha, you're coming. Let's go.
I don't. It
You're
looks rather
coming. Let's
small.
go.
It's real small up
You're
there.
coming. Let's go.
Oh,
We
Hush,
fit.
are you scared? I can hold your hand if you're
We also
scared of some stairs.
I know. It's more of what if there's no other option out and our way is blocked.
Hasha, you don't need to worry. We fit 2 other people last time. Let's
Mm-hmm.
go.
One was Centaur.
Mm-hmm.
One was
I think she
technically
was
a
I
cat,
think she was a cat at the time.
Oh,
but
But we fit 1 other person in here and a cat.
And
Oh.
Dragon.
Don't push little baby Hush if he wants to stand out here. He's more
No,
than
he's
welcome.
coming with us because I
he-
decreed it.
he immediately starts up the stairs. He's mumbling
Wow.
something about everyone like taking too long to make decisions.
Fight's a good motivator.
All right,
Yeah.
Happy follows.
Leosin follows.
you guys are you're at his door.
Knock, 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 knock.
Poppy says with her mouth.
Oh, I forgot to actually knock that time.
You don't hear any music behind the door. It is actually pretty silent.
No music. He seems
I
like
hear
the person
anything?
to listen to music.
Do you listen at the door? Do you listen just where you're standing?
I listen at the door.
You get past everyone who went in front of you.
And he's
Could you-
so strong.
Yes.
All
yeah,
right.
I could just get under everybody. I'm like 2.5 feet or something.
You're small, but you're not too small. It is a very, very thin set of stairs going up.
You're a thin set of stairs going up.
Tell him.
You darn right. Born and raised.
Poppy will listen in if
okay.
Tindy cannot.
Let me just make a quick check for people.
With my +2 perception.
Spooky mystery dice.
You all seem to be just fine with Tendy squeezing their way through you in this thin stairway up to the door. And Tendy, you get through. Go ahead and take a listen through the door. You think you hear papers?
Leofston, would you mind hoisting me up? Prudence is going to point to a nearby window.
Oh, that
Leofston.
sounds like crimes.
Leofston stoops down so she can step up and he'll stand and hold.
Why
should
not
just knock
knock?
again. Yeah, we should just. That seems a
I thought
little
we knocked.
extra. We did, but we can knock again. And Tindy hasn't told us what they heard yet, and that
Ten-
seems like a very big leap, literally and figuratively.
Tendy heard papers. Someone inside.
So you don't want Prudence to look through the window?
That seems like crimes.
They're
I
called the Convicts.
Yeah, ironically.
It seems rather
Okay.
fitting.
Joke.
Fine, Prudence does not look through the window. I take it back.
Knock,
But
knock,
she
knock,
still
knock,
asks
knock,
Leofston to pick her up.
You knock a second time. After another 30 seconds, the door opens by itself.
Spooky.
It
How
is-
can we be sure that wasn't the wind and that we're actually invited in?
That was well, it's hard. There's not really any wind gusts down here in the cartways, but it is very dark. Those of you who do not have dark vision cannot see Can't
We
see.
turn on big light.
Man,
no.
you are really deep in the hosh right now.
I I am
Yeah,
the
that's-
Shadow Fae.
That's
Tendy
what
switches
that's what
off the
Poppy
rain and
does.
switches on the sun.
Yeah, that's what Poppy does. She uses her cantrip light.
Really awesome. Got the wolf eye.
I figured we'd turn on those floodlights and then have it be like we're on stage performing live, like Elmo, like Sesame Street Live.
Are we gonna move in front
Sesame
of our
Street.
cool theater living room or a theater laundry room and just perform?
Who knows?
Syn will bring out his swarm as a mage hand.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, the door is about halfway open, but it is dark inside. For those of you who can see, you don't really you're not seeing any movement.
Hello, Radu. Are you in there? We need to talk to you.
The Austin kind of like puts a hand on Poppy's shoulder to get her to stop and starts like moving ahead. He pulls out his sword. Something
Why
doesn't
are you pulling out a sword? That seems a bit excessive to talk to someone.
Tendy is just going in someone's house.
something doesn't seem right.
Hmm. I
So
think
with
this
the
seems fine, but okay.
Can we
Tendy
roll
has-
for instincts, Jordan?
Roll for something ain't right.
Yeah, can Leosta roll for something ain't right?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
I think this is just normal for Radu, but okay.
the Austin uses his sword to like push the door open a little bit more.
Finishes its
Nice.
opening path. The cartways itself is not also a very brightly lit place, especially up towards the ceiling of this place. But who doesn't have dark vision?
Poppy.
Poppy.
Poppy, you're SOL unless there's light.
I already
Um,
said that I cast light.
Oh, what do you cast light on? I did not catch that. There was
My
There's-
personality.
Let's see.
so it's
What do I have on me?
Can you cast
forgot that
light on
light.
yourself? Like, can you cast it on your wings or something? Is that an item?
That would be so cool.
That would be cool.
mm-hmm. Sure could.
Poppy would be so backlit though. I think Poppy casts light on the situation entirely. No, hold up. I don't know what she has on her person, despite playing the character.
Leofston's sword is out too.
Ooh,
That's
yeah,
a
I
big
cast
one.
it on a sword.
As she does, he goes. "Ugh,
Yeah,
Is it gross? Why'd you do that? That's so...
Why did you do that?"
So I can see?
the blade itself, the hilt is still fine, but the blade, the steel that is in the blade, lights up and projects light. I believe it is a 20. It's like a torch, 20-foot radius,
Um,
Let me check again.
10 feet on each side. You put light as if you cast it, but it didn't have the link to it.
Yeah, it's 20-foot radius.
Cool. So yeah, most of his apartment is now showing in this bright light, and then the dim light beyond, and you just see Radu leaning back in his reclined chair, arms crossed, staring at the door with squinted eyes, because now there's light in there.
see? Hello?
Yeah.
What do you want?
We want to talk to you. That's what we said at the door.
So you decides to come to my house.
Yeah?
You don't message me or find me and say, "Hey, Radu, would you like to talk to us?" Give me the option of being able to say yes or no. It is always yes with you.
I forgot
Would
that we
Radu
could
like
send
to
letters
talk to
people.
Tendy and friends?
I would like to enroll you all into some manners courses for sure.
I've been told to do that a few times now.
Many times. Today alone.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, you're here. You're clearly disturbing what I was doing previously. What do you want?
We want to know if you know anything about ghosts and spookies. And the, what's it called again?
The dragged lady.
The dragged woman lady.
I don't remember which
It's
one
dragged
Hashe
woman.
said was incorrect.
The dragged woman.
Woman.
Yes, the dragged woman is the correct term for the story that has been told. Yeah. You want to know what about the dragged woman?
Where she's
What?
at?
We're trying to get information that we have been told spirits of Zobeck might have to share, and that is the lead we have given. So if you have a suggestion of another spirit we may talk to, we are open ears.
Tendy
Oh,
needs to know about ritual.
what ritual?
What the fuck is the name of the ritual?
Oh, see, I think from what I hear from the silence is that you don't want the Lich Gate?
Tendy has to go to Lichgate?
You have to give us a bit of some leeway. It's been a week since we played this last.
Yes. So I want you to imagine all the terrible things you probably have said since the last time we have spoken to one another. Picture the words you said in your head. Do you see
No,
them?
give me a
Do you see them?
second. Give me a second.
Take your time.
Okay.
Were we mean to Radu before?
I think I don't remember. I don't think we recorded that episode.
Maybe
Tendy called
maybe
him
it's
stupid.
maybe it would be better manners to do something for Radu in return for his information.
Tendy did think for Radu already.
We
There
have already
does
done a very big thing for Radu.
you burst into my house.
We're still at the door. We didn't go inside.
Yeah, we
It was
didn't
already
like
open.
burst and you opened the door.
I did not open the door.
We didn't open
Yeah,
the door.
you
I
did.
opened it more.
The ghost opened the door.
It looked like as if your sword have opened the door.
It opened it more than it already was.
Let me be a little more clear for you. I did not want you to come in, but you are now in the doorway threshold of my house with a bright sword shining in the face. It's very hard. I wanted to chill in silence.
I can
You're
turn the
harshing my vibe.
You didn't answer. We were concerned for your safety.
Prudence sort of tilts her head to the Austin and sheath your sword, love.
I will just turn it off.
Leosin sheath the sword anyway.
Well, it seems to be clear that you are not going to leave unless I give you some sorts of information you seem to want.
Radu, would you be so kind to invite us in for your company and some conversation?
What if I promise to bring a pie
bad-
next time?
As much as I want to say no and to never see you again, I don't think I have much of a choice, as you are blocking the only way down out of my house.
We are not holding you here. This is not a hostage situation. We are simply
You
here
may
for-
come in, sit down. This way I can get back to what I was doing. Please don't everyone come in at once. Don't touch anything. You know the rules.
Hashe doesn't know the rules.
Prudence herds everybody in.
Where is your cat? Where is the elven man with the dragon?
Gone.
We lost them.
We have
Oh.
since
In
parted
the
ways.
war.
I apologize. Loss is very, very sad.
They're not lost. They just went their separate ways.
How do we know they're not lost? We don't know where they are.
That is fair. I could offer you the ability to scry on them and maybe see what they are doing.
That would be maybe wonderful, but we are here for a task, and you already seem like a very busy man. We don't want to take up too much of your time.
Busy, yes. Patient, also yes.
So patient.
Extremely patient.
Most patient. What do you want about this Dragged woman, you want to know where she's at? Why? What information does she have that Radu does not already know?
Does
Prudence like
Radu
sort of like
know about Lichgate?
Yes, we are back at this part of the conversation. This most interesting part of the conversation. There is a ritual, you say? At this Lich Gate, you say? What is the purpose of this ritual at the Lich Gate?
Tendy looks back to Hush and Leofston.
Radu is much a fan of information guessing and gathering, so perhaps maybe you let me know. I could let you know where you can find the drowned woman.
we would love to tell you our information, but it does need to be kept a secret.
Oh, and Radu is so terrible at keeping secrets.
We
Are
have
you?
business.
You seem like you'd be good.
It was sarcasm, puppy.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to have a joke. Never mind. It's.
We have
Good
business
joke.
on the Fey roads, so we're trying to find a way onto them. And our lead has taken us to a ritual which we need information from spirits.
Seems rather dangerous. Do you know that the fair roads are capable of swallowing you up?
Leofston Leofston offers like this like grimace of a smile and gestures to Hashay. We have a guide.
Prudence is gonna do the same thing.
Hello. Oh, so it seems that the convicts have found themselves in with the enemy, the takers of the Zobeck city.
Hashay's not our enemy.
Prudence furrows her brows but says nothing.
Hashay's our new friend.
Well, well, well. It's an interesting turn of the events. It's such good information to know. So you have need of traveling the fair roads, and you're trying to find this dragged woman because she might know something about this ritual, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Or any other sort of spectre. It doesn't have to be her specifically.
I
There
really
was
want to
another
meet her. I'm a
one
big fan.
named Knuckles the Echidna or something.
I will tell you,
Idris
I will tell you, in terms of dealing with the undead, spirits and such, you don't want to lump them up all in one handbasket. They are not all the same. They are very different, and it would be quite improper of you to be able to assume that they are all the same. That they know all the same things.
That
No,
makes
no, no.
sense. These specific names, though, were sort of.
Knuckletooth.
Yes, these names were mentioned specifically.
Well, I don't know about this Knuckletooth, but I do know about the dragged woman. But so information itself is valuable, it seems, as you have come to ask me and nobody else.
Radu know everything.
You've already
Radu is
gathered so much information from us, just from us being here.
You are quite loud,
Who,
And
me?
we give out things very quickly.
all of you. You're very easy to spot in a town full of so many people.
We've been told that a lot.
Is Radu following us?
Oh, I simply do not have the power in the legs to keep up with you, or the eyes to see where you are all at once. But I can tell you, I do know people who are around the city that inform me. It is called a web of information.
Like a spider.
Almost, although I'm not very fond of spiders.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Is there a different bug that makes webs that you prefer? Or like a different creature in general? We're web inclusive here.
I think the only other thing that makes webs is caterpillar.
Do you prefer caterpillars?
Over spiders, yes, almost any sort of insect over spiders.
Okay.
I
Like
think we're getting a little off topic here.
No, I think we're on topic. Anyway, can you tell us where the dragged woman is?
Sure, do you have the map of the city?
Right here. I'll pull it up online.
What is this online? You have a paper map in front of you. I have a ink pen. I
No,
can
no,
circle.
no. The thing is, I have this like line of paper right here. It's on the line. See?
It's on like a clothesline.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She's
it's
always had it. She hangs it.
Yeah.
all
I-
you all you young kids with your head in the cloud.
There's
Uh,
the joke.
he will draw out a line of the path of the dragged woman.
Ugh.
It is in Upper Zobeck near the Dairy River.
The reflection. Dairy. I was expecting dairy to be spelled like milk dairy for some reason, so I didn't actually see it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you could tell us about trying to contact her?
Well, the only way I have heard is that she does this at night. It'd be hard to for property to, real estate. It's so crazy nowadays. But with a woman spirit that is going around and wailing and just making a tons of noise. There is an area that's been driving it down. Nighttime is the best time to find her. If you're asking me what sort of food that you could leave out to ensnare her, she's a ghost. She does not eat. So silly.
The
Is Lua sentient ghost or
They are
is Lua just reliving moment in life?
they are quite sentient. Yes. They are not a zombie and a skeleton. Those are good for shields in battle. You send them, you send geists, things like that. Things that are mindless, that just run at you and want to murder your face. Meanwhile, those who are able to think for themselves are in the back lines.
what I had been attempting to ask is, do we need to bring an offering? Do we need to? Are we able to just speak to her, or do we need a ritual in of itself to speak to her?
She just want company.
Well, I will say a ritual for a ritual is certainly. Why would that make sense in any sort of form or fashion? But I will indulge your answer. So the dragged woman, she's quite interesting. Yes. Do you know why she's called the dragged woman?
Because she was dragged away.
In the streets.
She had the connection to the old family.
Mm. Yes, she was certainly not. Her nobility did not seem to win her any prizes when it came to the fall of the Strauss family, for sure. So the dragged woman, perhaps maybe she is fond of the material things, but I do not know of any sort of bribery for the dragged woman. Now I do know of one of the information that I am giving you for this, though. I am certainly open to bribery.
At that, Leostin gives it a nasty look, like he started this somehow. What are you looking for?
Hmm. Well, for somebody who deals in information, certainly there is always more information that I need. But I am about to leave Zobeck, so I will say
Where Radu is going?
I don't think that is relative to the conversation, do you?
Maybe he's visiting family.
Tendy is
Maybe
being polite.
maybe
Tendy's
I
making small talk.
maybe Radu is visiting family. Yeah, yeah.
That's good. Good for you.
Yes, one should always visit family.
Happy visiting
Anyways,
family.
let's make the deal. Should our paths cross once more, you will not kill me.
Tendy immediately steps back out of the room.
It's perfectly acceptable. I mean, it's worse things than death.
Tendy stands outside.
Oh, I would know all about that for sure.
Necromancer motherfucker.
What reason will we have to kill you?
That seems like a wonderful question that you should dwell on while you are sleeping at night.
Are you planning to
Probably
do
won't
something that
remember.
we're not aware of?
Listen, there is no better insurance in the world than getting somebody's word that they will not kill you.
I
We
mean,
will
we can
not kill
always
you.
pay somebody to do it. I mean, this deal's pretty good, actually.
Tendy would just do it.
Is-
Tendy is not culpable in this agreement.
Hey, Syn, I'm gonna talk to you later about deals, okay?
Okay.
It seems all of you have been party to this information. All of you will need to also make this promise. Yeah?
I promise not to kill you.
Harsh goes, I don't even know you, so perhaps, sure. Why not?
I won't kill you. I don't think that I'd have a reason to do so.
You have my word that I will not kill you.
Hmm. Is it raining outside? I couldn't tell.
A little bit.
The silence from the remaining people who have not yet made their promise is deafening.
It's just prudence.
I promised to do the thing that I wasn't here for.
Radu said in exchange for information he's going to give us, we have to promise that the next time we see him, we won't kill him.
Just
And
the
I don't
next-
like that. So Tendy walked out
Yeah,
of the
just
room.
the next time.
Just the next time.
Technically, there's a lot of loopholes in this, and I'm gonna talk to Sin about that later.
Jordan, isn't there like a thing that we have as demigods which like let us know have like some sort of like sense of something happening or something
We
like
can
that?
sense our own domains or like big things that happen in our domains.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Does that
I can't remember what it's called. Let me pull it up.
is that for
It's
things
not
that are just happening at the moment or like in the future?
I have it
things in
done.
the moment, I believe. I'm looking it up for you.
Sorry, like
No, you're
there was
good.
like this
I lose this
glimmer
all the
of
time.
like Kate King that came through me, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just do my clairvoyance. I'll get a
It's called portfolio sense. Demigods
Yes.
have a limited ability to sense events involving their portfolios. Automatically send a notable event or minor events up to 5 miles that involves your portfolio. When you sense it, you merely knows that it's occurring, but not and where it is. No sensory information about the event. For example, if a demigod has a nature portfolio within 5 miles of a forest fire, it would become aware of it and where it's happening. If it was 10 miles away, you wouldn't have any idea.
Okay, so it's only like in the moment, not for future events.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, don't we have like a foresight? Or is that like one of the things we could have picked up?
We do not, to my knowledge, have a foresight.
Yeah, Prudence just punches. I have like no mystical abilities here, so if anybody has any sort of like fortune telling,
Oh my god, do you hear her talk about herself? She is so basic.
we also don't giggle at that.
I'm sorry.
They're all like children, and somehow I'm the one that's immature.
Yeah, anyway, Prudence agrees. It's fine.
Mm.
We need this to get going.
Oh, I don't think I haven't seen you back out of the door, Tendy.
Oh, Tendy has gone down the stairs. Tendy is no
Oh,
longer
you've
in this
left her?
conversation.
Oh. Well, I can certainly tell you some things. I am a little concerned that your Tabaxi friend has backed out of the conversation so quickly, but it concerns me not.
And they had to go visit their family.
Mm.
It's important, as you said.
Meanwhile, the great golden dragon flies over.
There is a lot that I know about the dragged woman that I will tell you. And the price to pay for that is to not kill me the next time that you see me after leaving here today is as follows. She only accepts currency in the form of memories.
Oh. That's not what I expected.
She is quite scared of everything, nearly everything.
Same.
The slightest threatening move or tone sends her into fleeing away, and obviously, since she is a spirit, she's able to create magical doorways, and she is gone. Impossible to catch when she tries to escape.
You said memories is currency. Will we not have the memory anymore?
There have been people who have been interviewed after dealing with a dragged woman who have not been able to recall certain things, so yes, I believe that she is quite capable of being able to do some things like that.
Good for her.
Don't forget, though, I've heard that she does not forget insults, and she is very capable to seek revenge eventually. Being undead, as you very well know, gives them the time the time necessary to be able to complete their revenge. If you were to slight her,
I don't see why we would. But okay, it's good to know anyway. Well, thank you for the information. I don't know if we have anything else.
Unless there's more you wish to share.
Yeah.
I guess it's suppose it depends on what questions you ask that matter.
Does she prefer men or women to talk to?
That is a good question. I don't think there is a preference. As long as there are no threatening moves, intentions, tone, anything. And I think just from this conversation, it probably would not go well for you, so you should practice before you go see her.
Okay.
And I know we have had some chuckles in the past, right? Ha-has, sarcasm, all those things like that. I am being deadly serious when I say, if you look for her and you scare her away, there is no way you will be able to find her again.
Even if we
Alright.
return to her path, or will she avoid us?
Ghost, she wanders the path, but that does not mean that she has to always be visible all the time. She is incorporeal.
Let's have any
I can't
questions?
think of nothing else. I think that was all that I could think of.
I suppose the last thing that's a little unrelated, but perhaps maybe in the same vein, is I do know something about the Lich Gate specifically. It is known as the Slua's window. Sometimes it will show the Slua. You said his name was Knuckles the Echidna?
Knuckletooth.
Knuckletooth. Yes, that one, I guess. The other is sometimes if it could possibly ask to show where the dragged woman is currently.
Do you know anything about the dragged woman when she was alive? Like her name?
I was not here during that time. That
History
was almost 92 over 92 years ago.
history permeates through time. It's okay just to say no.
No.
Thank
You're welcome.
you.
I have no further questions.
Me neither.
Well, I hope you the best of luck in your talking with the spirit of the dragged woman.
We appreciate your help.
Oh, and I appreciate your words that when we see each other again, once you close this door, that you will not kill me. It is most useful.
Not that I'm going to do it, but imagine like we close the door and open it, go, ha!
Reopen it.
Reopen it,
guy.
and close it again.
You just steal my idea.
I know you're gonna-
That's why I just like went and started like laughing because I came up with an idea.
Poppy's in the window.
You guys, so do you guys leave?
Yes.
Yeah, Leofson kind of like half bows, I guess, in gratitude and heads outside.
Thank you, Radu.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for bursting in.
It
We'll
wasn't
send you a
really
letter next time.
wasn't really bursting. The door was already open, and we just opened it a little bit further. There was no bursting or kicking involved. Like as he's walking out, like it's quieter and quieter. It's Leofson complaining.
It's a form of expression, but all right.
Poppy waits for everyone else to leave first and then follows, closes the door behind.
Tendy is sitting at the base of the stairs, like playing their mandolin.
Aw. What is the song? Is it like a sad, soft song, or is it like an
Ooh.
aggressive, irritated song?
No, it's soft. It's because it's raining, and so it's like soft, chill music. Also,
Aw.
because I'm real sleepy.
Oh, it's just playing lo-fi.
That big lo-fi.
Well,
Okay.
we have the information we need, so we could gather more from the inn if we desire, or prepare to try to meet the dragged woman.
Do you think we have everything we need? I
Well,
do.
you know what we could do is we could technically do both.
Agree. We still have time until nightfall, so we could try to gather more information. I think you had a very good idea with trying to find her name.
Thank you.
You're
Praise me more.
Let's move on from this.
Okay.
Not.
So let me get this straight. On one hand, there is Knuckletooth. On the other hand, there's the dragged woman. You know what you know about the dragged woman. You don't know anything much about Knuckletooth.
We do know that Knuckletooth was the person who gave the information before, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't even. Do we know that she's. Because we know that there's two Slua here in the city. We know the name of one is Knuckletooth. We don't know that the drowned woman is the other one.
Good point.
That is a good point.
Do we know where we could find information about Knuckletooth, or should we go back upstairs and be like, "Hey, listen,
Actually,
I
before we
know this is our second time seeing you. We
Doesn't
won't
count.
kill you.
we won't kill you." By the way,
All I've got is that there are two. One is called Knuckletooth, who told a collegium apprentice about a ritual years ago, but the apprentice has left for Seawall. Knuckletooth must still be in town and know more.
Can
If
I?
it was a student at the collegium, then going back to the collegium to go to the Hedgehog Tavern does make sense.
Is there like any sort of Actually, never mind. I don't think that would work. I was gonna say maybe we could go to like a temple and talk to a priest who knows about like dead people, but the temples are all closed. Is there a place that has, you know, those things where they write people's names down and like the dates that they were born and like whether they had children? The census?
During I'm not sure about Midgard itself, but during those times it was a lot of times it was like the church that did that.
Okay.
But that's a different religion and a different set of societal norms. So it's a
Yeah.
good job. That's actually so instead of me going into history, Jordan, do you have an answer to that question? That's actually a very good
I
answer.
like when you go into history.
Thank you.
What am I trying to answer?
Is there like a place where we could see a census?
Yeah, it'd be towards like a lot of the town hall and Crown Square.
Do you think it would be a good idea if like Prudence like splits up and like goes to like do that research and then you guys can go do things and like all three of us can, or all of us, like three, I know there's more than three, all of us can do something at the same time so we can kind of like
Sure.
rush it along? Not that I'm not having fun, but like we haven't really gotten very far.
Poppy's gonna go with Prudence.
But sadly, Austin would have encouraged Prudence to take somebody with her.
Okay.
Okay, so Prudence is going to go. Prudence and Poppy are going somewhere else.
We're gonna go look up a census to see if we can find any information about a noble lady that died.
Okay. In the
Or a
meantime,
school project.
in the meantime, we're going to do.
We're gonna go to the Hedgehog Inn and see if we can get more information about either the lady or if we hear something about Knuckletooth, that'd be nice too.
Yeah,
Okay,
Tendy
perfect.
wants to find out about Knuckletooth because
Right,
the
same with Syn.
Knuckletooth talked to a collegium apprentice, so they might not know anything in the Hedgehog Tavern about the woman because she's in a completely different part of town.
True.
But they might know something about Knuckletooth.
Okay. Real quick before I forget, Prudence and Poppy, you will need to head to the city archives.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is basically connected to it's a big building which this great Strauss clock tower is in the center of in Crown Square. Others go to the Hedgehog Tavern, correct?
Yes.
The Hedgehog Tavern is very nice. It is right along the Derry River as it forks. The more rocky, shallow portion cutting through the Kobold Ghetto, but the Hedgehog Tavern nestles up beside the cliff that overlooks the river that flows into the River Argent. Number 44 on the map, if you look. Anyone else going anywhere else?
No, I'm just going to the town square.
Okay.
I'll go somewhere after if I don't find any information.
All right. Well, yeah, you can definitely go to the
I
to
have
the
a
town square.
question. Tindy's dad, he's a history teacher, right? Okay. I have a plan B for us.
He specializes in Maharoti history, which is a country in the south.
All right. Poppy and Prudence, you enter into. You take a little bit of time to walk over to this area, but you do come in. You hear the rain tapping on the large panes on the roof. But otherwise, it is like a library in here where it is cozy, quiet, and full of a bunch of boring office people, government workers, the worst.
Is there like some sort of secretary there?
Sure. Yeah, there's somebody like information.
Yeah. So Prudence and Poppy will approach the desk.
Hello, how can I help you?
Hello.
We were wondering if we could sort through your archives of those that lived in the. I don't even actually know when she was alive. Now that I think about it.
Radu
Was-
mentioned. Sorry.
Go
she
ahead.
died when the last family fell.
And Radu mentioned she died 92 years ago.
From about 92 years ago, when the Strauss family fell.
I suppose we probably have records on that. It's quite old, though. Is it for some sort of, she looks you up and down, school project?
It's
Yeah.
for. Yeah.
Right, well, I'll go ahead and need your identification and your school passport ID. I will get those checked in, and then, of course, you can be able to look at the records all you'd like.
Oh no, I've left my IDs and stuff at home, Prue.
It's okay. I have yours, and Prudence casts minor illusion.
Do we know what they look like?
No.
This was a good
So-
plan, though.
So what do you conjure in your hand?
A gun.
A gun.
No!
Man,
Prudence quickly looks around. Are there any students? Is there anybody behind her that's maybe holding a passport? Is there anything that she can pull from?
Nope.
Okay, she conjures a brown book that says the name of the collegium on it with are pictures a thing in fantasy Midgard?
We had to stand for hours for our portraits.
We're
Can I
not gonna
roll
get any
some sort of
information.
intelligence or insight or
Okay,
anything? I have a
wait.
headband of intellect.
I
Can
have-
just like
So your headband of intellect tells you that it would have probably been good to know what you were trying to do before you came in here.
We should walk out and then do it.
guy could with
Or
mustache.
actually, your headband
Faces.
your headband of intellect reminds you that it's not good to lie. Smart people don't lie. They just know how to be able to use the truth.
Okay.
you have
Somewhere-
inspiration.
No,
Prudence-
Prue.
Prudence-
We should just go
Prudence.
grab them.
No, hold on. Prudence actually goes, okay, you've caught us. We're not students. I'm sorry. We sort of panicked. We just really need this information. It's for our own personal study.
Mm.
We were just afraid you'd turn us down, so we lied.
Oh, well, if there's one thing I can tell you, it's certainly that lying is the worst thing one person could ever do. So, I appreciate the honesty. Alright, I will check out the... What was it you were needing again?
The census of we're looking for a particular woman who died 92 years ago.
So during the beginning of the free city of Zobeck.
Yes.
Alright, I'll check it out, but you have 10 minutes,
Thank
and
you.
then you must return them.
Thank you. That is
you.
more than appreciated.
And she looks over at you, Poppy. Make sure that you guys don't continue this whole lying thing.
We won't.
Is she hot? Because I love when hot librarians yell at me. I'm sorry, it's
Settle
very
down,
specific.
Settle down.
sorry.
Can we forearm check the librarian?
Settle down.
She is just an average librarian,
That does it for
which
me.
which means that when her glasses come off, all of a sudden she's popular and attractive.
There we
She,
go. That's what
she
I
lets
like.
down her hair, but right now it's up, and she is currently in a matronly type attitude towards the two of you.
Prudence bows very deeply at the waist again, apologizing, and she drags Poppy along with her to the sense to wherever the thing is.
I think the IDs are new. I don't think they had those last year.
It's okay. It's okay.
We're gonna come back to you guys. Think about what you're wanting to look up with the information that you have. Meanwhile, the rest of you go to the Hedgehog Tavern. Do I have that correct? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right. That seems a little bit too quiet. There we go. All right, so you go inside the Hedgehog Tavern, and uh, the entire staff itself. There's only like 3 people, but you see these pinpricks that are kind of walking between tables, with a couple of them have their hands high in the air with trays, and there is a arena that is behind the bar, that is uh, currently wringing out a couple of cloths while some of the students and other folk are sitting at various tables. They wave you down and they point out to go find a seat somewhere.
Leosin nods at the gesture and takes them to a. He tries to find like an empty table that's kind of near people so they can start listening in.
So, is this what is the goal here? Perhaps maybe we can. You guys do find a seat.
We are looking for more information about the dragged woman, or if someone listen to see if someone has any information about that knuckle tooth.
All right. Well, I suppose. Oh, I've already done my nice thing for the day, so I'll let you take care of it.
Great. Appreciate the assistance.
Looks like I gave you a whole bunch of gold. What more do you want?
More of a team effort. No, you sit and have your drink. We'll take care of the rest.
Right, because when we do get to the Shadow Roads, it will be surely a team effort as I lead you through an area you've never been through before.
You lead us, but we'll keep you safe as well. You need us just as much as we need you.
I am quite capable of keeping myself safe, but...
Rush is very capable.
Leosin gives Tendi the most betrayed look.
It would be interesting to see how you all seem to obtain information. It's been a rather good exercise thus far.
It is a learning experience for some of us.
Hello! Welcome to the Hedgehog Tavern.
Hello.
My name's Airy. Would you guys like something to drink?
Yes, please. What do you have on special?
Well, we just hit our lunch rush just died, so we're kind of restocking some things. But I can tell you we've got some pretty good stuff. Let me just pull out my menu here, and the arena woman puts out a couple of menus down for you guys. Clearly not enough for all of you, but enough.
Tendi will share.
Yeah. She goes, we have your standard fare of, let's see here. If you look with the specials, the special that we have right now is we've got,
Goodbye. Goodbye, Leofston. Goodbye.
goodbye.
Hello.
I am having a time. Please continue, sorry.
Oh, okay. We've got a dwarven drought. That's our special drink of the night. It is only 5 copper pieces. We have a lot of, we have to get rid of this jaguar by the end of at least tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to keep very well, but we've got jaguar meatloaf, brisket, jaguar meat and potato noodles, jaguar and potato stew, jaguar soup. We've got rat and beet skewers, bread, dried bananas, and then just.
When was the jaguar?
When was it? I'm not sure I understand the question.
No, when was the jaguar butchered?
Oh,
what day?
Oh God, what day is it? Course day?
Okay. How many days away was? How many days at this point?
Oh boy. Let's see. So you returned to Zobeck on the 14th, Course Day the 14th, and it is probably there's Moon Day, There is Volensday. My God, it doesn't show the whole full entry. It's been a couple days since Coors Day, but it basically would have been since you guys returned to Zobeck.
Okay. I think that'll be okay. Um, I'll take the ribs.
The brisket.
Yes, and I'll take 2 of the dwarven drink that you mentioned for 5 copper.
Just one for Syn.
Tendy gently pats Syn's little hand and then smiles at
Ari and goes, Tendy, sorry. Syn would like one of those and one water, please.
Looks back at you, Sin.
I guess 1.
All right. What?
and Tendy promised Poppy that they would keep an eye on Syn's drinking.
Right.
Guess we have another sober day. It's fine.
Can Tendy have dried bananas, please?
Yes. All right. Let's see here. We got this. We got that. All right. Anyone else?
I would also like the you said jaguar steaks.
No. Meatloaf, brisket, meat and potato noodles, potato stew, and soup.
I will take the jaguar meat and noodles, potato, that thing.
Okay. Let's see here. Dwarven drought for only one,
2.
and
I'll take
okay.
1 as well.
Oh boy. Okay. We got
Sorry.
another dwarven drought, and we've got. You said the noodles, right?
Mm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Boy. Sorry. I didn't think you all would come in with such a hunger. Oh boy.
It's okay.
Oh boy. It's fine. It's fine. Um. Okay.
Leosin looks at Hachet and like arches his brow.
What?
You leave this poor hedgehog alone. Don't you dare make her take another order.
What are you? What are you looking at me for?
Are you ordering?
No, I don't need to.
Hmm.
I'm sure you see like the sigh from the arena, and she goes, and Hasha goes, I'm sure that the food sounds fine. I've never had Jaguar, but I assume it's fine. I don't eat or drink, so thank you. All right, well that's great. All right, so it's 10 silver pieces for the dried bananas. It is 7 for the jag brisket, and the dwarven drought is 5 copper, and another dwarven drought is 5 copper, and then 17 silver for the I'm gonna put it down shorthand jag met potato noodles, which is supposed to be jag meat and potato noodles. But anybody else? Wonderful. I will be back with your food and your drinks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does Leofton know any spooky ghost stories?
Hmm.
Are we here to tell ghost stories?
There. I'm not sure how fresh of a ghost you were referring to, or would like to hear about, but I remember I was on campaign. I believe I was 26, maybe 27. And I remember during battle there was a Jarl who displeased the king very, very gravely. He dishonored him by retreating from battle before it was finished, and so the Jarl, the king had this Jarl, his head taken from his shoulders. And that night, when we went to sleep, we could hear him singing. And no one could explain where the voice was coming from, for the head was on a pike in front of the king's tent. And he had a very particular singing voice, so it was not a trick of the wind.
Spooky.
And he kind of like playfully gets close to leans into Tendi. Is that spooky enough?
Yes, so spooky.
The also looks pleased.
Spooky. Tendi also knows a ghost story from the south.
All right. Well, I'm sure it's great. I'm gonna go ahead and get up and try to peruse around the room and see if there's anyone I could talk to. I'll be back.
Take your time.
I have to think this through. I'm getting very tired, and so I'm having a hard time like formulating my plan. To tell you in advance, Jordan, my plan is that Tendi is going to tell a ghost story that is so good that other people that are listening are also going to be like, I have a ghost story too, and then we'll all just swap until we find some information.
Ooh. Okay. Great. That would be a performance check.
Yeah.
And I will say, go ahead and roll with
I
advantage.
can even tell you a real ghost story.
Nice.
Okay, advantage performance.
Mm-hmm. You just roll it a second time. That's initiative.
No, all of my buttons have moved on different parts of my screen. So I pushed the wrong thing. Okay, performance. Fuck. Can I use my inspiration?
You can roll 1d20, and if
Yes.
it's higher than the 7, then you can go with that. Yes.
Just a d20 and not another performance roll?
Yeah, because we know your performance is a +4, so. Okay, so that's a 20. Very good. Yeah, you tell a ghost story.
It's very good, and I use like, hang on, let me see which ghost I want to talk about. As Tendi is telling this ghost story, and I will tell you guys the ghost story too, because I wrote a ghost story a long time ago. But there is the story of, where is she? There is a town in the south, and it is a swamp. And in this swamp, there was a woman, a person who was the child of a wealthy person. And this young one always picked these blooms from these lily pads off the bayou. And Tendi puts they are standing up and they put their hand down to the ground like they're picking something up off the ground, and they lift up this glowing performance of creation like lotus flower that is making this gentle music noise.
Dixie, hello.
And they're telling about this this person that befriended a bunch of young girls, and the young girls don't know that this person is a spirit until the next morning when they awaken and there's a lily flower on their bedside table. And there is one specific story where this ghost, whose name is Envy, protected a young girl whose name was Folly from men who planned on attacking her. And both of the men claimed to see Envy for months after the incident, and both were driven to suicide. And since then, she has been called the protector of young girls.
Spooky, spooky.
Spooky, spooky, spooky. Very, very good. Yeah, no, the tavern seems to kind of draw in on the telling of the story. In fact, Hosh ends up setting down halfway through, mumbling about trying, almost got something out of a someone who looked like Syn. But before everyone started to pay attention to this story being told. Everyone gives you a good round of applause. Actually, a couple people will give you, let's see. 20 silver. A combination of tips.
And Tendy plops back down in their seat and goes, Tendy thinks this is good story, but Tendy has heard story about spirit named Knuckletooth, but does not know story. Tendy hopes to know this story someday. Boy, I can't wait till I hear a story about someone named Knuckletooth.
Will you let me? Will you stop talking so I can get to it? Good lord. All right. So, as if almost on cue, you notice that there is somebody who has had their back to you the whole time, maybe a high top table or two away. And while the cloak that they're wearing may have turned around in a flourish, they kind of look over for the first person to catch eye contact. And let's see, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Syn. Syn, you catch eye contact with this person, and they come walking up to the table and kind of. That was a pretty good ghost story.
What's your name?
But Reynolds.
Hello,
Hello,
Reynolds.
Radu.
Yeah. Listen, couldn't help it over here. Your conversations, you seem like a lively bunch. I've got a story for you, and, well, he looks at you, Syn. Might have something for you if you're interested.
Yes.
Yes.
I guess depending upon what it is, but yes.
Well, something for us. It'd be something we talk about in private. But I could tell you all. You wanted to know a little bit more about the Knuckletooth.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. Well, they say that Knuckletooth. Well, he's a miserable creature. He's got pale gray skin, stringy black hair, jagged teeth, and an oversized mouth. Visually describes the following. They say that he lived in some sort of burnt-out remnant of the house in the docks district. Yeah.
It sounds terrifying.
Well, most ghost stories are. But sometimes Knuckletooth appears from the shadows of corners or from beneath the rubble pile. So if you want to look for a fallen house in the docks district, maybe you'll find him there.
Okay, that's good information.
What else can you tell about speaking with him or coming into contact with him?
Well, I believe it all depends, but most people say that they only speak, well, have only spoken to him in Elvish. And there's it seems that maybe hard to tell from the looks of things, but I think Knuckletooth might have been a shadow fae back in the day.
Oh,
And he
let's.
gasps at this.
I guess it only leaves me. Okay.
What do you mean?
I'm the only person that speaks Elvish.
Hosh kind of clears his throat for a second.
Oh, I keep forgetting that you're here.
You are very quiet.
No, it is fine. I will be there for moral support. Trust me, if you look at me, you would assume I speak Elvish, but it's the things that you don't assume that I could speak. Well, yeah, I suppose that's right. Well, Hey, what's your name? And points at Syn.
It's Syn.
I'm sorry?
It's Syn is my name.
Like what you're not supposed to do in the church?
Well, no, it's spelled with a Y, not an I.
Oh, okay. Odd. Okay. Well, how about we go out back? I got something I could sell you. I think you'd be rather interested in.
Okay. I guess just give me a moment.
Does he
Sure.
actually have something to sell?
I suppose you could roll insight.
I mean, is he lying?
Oh, he's not lying.
Okay. I don't have to roll anything. Then.
You know he's not lying. That's key to remember. You have the thing, nobody else has the thing, so unless it's said otherwise.
Right.
Well, I'll be behind in the back alley. Again.
It'll just be a couple minutes.
All right. Well, I can't take this outside. And he puts the drink that he was half finished back on the high top, and he hobbles out of the door. There were some people at the high top, but they didn't seem to obviously be affiliated with them. The place is busy enough to where people sit and then don't mind the people on the other side of the table.
Syn leans over to Tendy. Tendy, would you maybe you wouldn't mind looking after me?
Tendy would like to come along. Hash is also good at sneaky.
Whoever. Obviously, I have to do this by myself, but maybe you could be close by, I guess.
Yes, Tendy is so sneaky.
Okay.
Wait, you want somebody to go out there with you?
Well, he said I had to do it alone, but I'm worried that it might be nothing, but if somebody can be very sneaky, maybe they could watch after me.
I'm relatively quiet, but I can be invisible if you need backup.
If you could be
She's so
invisible,
talented.
that would be very useful.
Sure. It does require some verbal casting, which I think is just absolutely dreadful for a spell that tries to make you invisible. But I do have the necessary components on me. So if you let me go first, I will. I don't think I saw which way he left, but I will mutter it and then hopefully duck around maybe the other corner. So just know that I will be there, perhaps maybe behind him.
Okay. Well, Syn will wait for him to cast, and then he will go out, look for the other guy.
Yeah, Hosh leaves shortly after the old wrinkly guy, and then you proceed to go out.
Yes.
Okay. So you find yourself outside, heading towards the back of the Hedgehog Tavern. Is there anything in particular you are on the lookout for?
Syn will just do a general perception check to make sure that there's not some kind of large group that's waiting to abduct him. He wants to make sure that it's just him and me and nobody else.
Okay. Yeah, no, you go ahead. I mean, you don't have to. Your perception passively can see that it is just him. You can assume that Hosh is nearby. You don't see Hosh, but he seems to have posted up on a barrel that is just a little bit taller than his posterior. And as he sees you approach, he kind of jumbles with his cloak that he has. He goes, good. You seem to be rather smart individual.
Yes, it definitely got my curiosity, I guess.
Oh, well, curiosity is good. Yes, certainly is. So listen, I couldn't help but overhear. A bit of a people watcher myself in my old age, but you seemed a bit disheartened when you were told you couldn't have the drinks you want. You're an adult, right?
Yes, they've been restricting me, not letting me drink, but I drink because I'm in pain a lot, so it's actually like medicine.
See, those prudes, they know nothing about the benefits of a good alcoholic drink. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Well, I tell you what, I'm quite old. I'm pretty sure that eventually I'm gonna find myself dying. But I do want one final wonderful night before I go. And it does seem to cost a pretty penny, but I am willing to part with something I've had for years. It might be beneficial to you, and maybe we'll get those straight-edged friends of yours off your back for drinking.
Okay.
He takes off this necklace, and it's
Oh,
an
my
amulet,
goodness.
and he kind of holds it in his wrinkly, shaky hands. He goes, "Yes, you won't believe it, but I'm actually about 115 years old. Human, by the way. Uh, this thing has kept me young and beautiful and arms deep in all the ales and frothy drinks I could have. And, well,
It sounds wonderful.
I could, I could part with it. I believe if you were to give me 900 gold pieces, I believe you could benefit from this for many years to come.
Oh, 900 gold pieces. What exactly does it do?
Well, here's where the kicker is. Once per day when you drink, it's like it's breathing new essence of life inside of you. You find yourselves a little bit more capable, uh, fulfilled. Your wounds, if you scuff your knee, or you seem to scratch yourself, or you mess with one of them axes on your belt, it'll fix you right up.
That does sound very useful. Um, you said 900, right?
Yeah, I've been thinking about calling this the amulet of the drunkard. 'Cause you know, I have a propensity to drink.
Well, that's a very good name. It sounds like a very good deal too. Yeah, I'll do it. I can part with the money.
You you hear a voice from behind the man that kind of scares him, and you hear Hosh go, hold on a second, and you see Hosh kind of just like whoosh, appear as if like the shadow of the building behind the Hedgehog Tavern sort of like wiggled for a bit, and then all of a sudden there's Hosh, and the man goes, "Holy shit! What the fuck? You can't give an old man a heart attack, man, but I'm trying to make a sale." And he looks at you, Syn, and he kind of has his arms crossed, and he goes, "I don't think this man is capable of being able to hurt you, but you really do need to learn how to pick up on. It's not worth that much. Old man, what is it exactly you are wanting to do that costs 900 gold pieces?" He goes, "Well, well, there's a brothel, and I wanted to have all of them at once." And he goes, "Listen, I don't know how much relation, no offense, Syn, that you would have with brothels, but if you were to have that many at once, you wouldn't know where you began and where you ended.
Settle down.
So, look, if you were to say only have half of the women at the brothel, I'm sure that'd be more than capable. He goes, well, that's, I suppose, maybe. Uh, yeah, maybe 900's a little bit too high. You're right. Um, okay, well, even though you said you'd come alone, how much do you want this for? Maybe you could talk me down.
Oh, first off, I'm sorry. I wanted somebody to watch my back, I guess, and wasn't sure. I just met you, so.
All right, yeah. Well, it's old people. We're capable of many things. We have years of age and wisdom up here.
But let's see. I guess what if maybe half?
No, can't do that. I would have if you had been true to your word and came out here by yourself instead of having some known for dagging you're looking fancy pants behind you.
Well, in all fairness, you'd have had 900 from me, but it's still half won't do. So what about 550?
You know, I don't want to go out the way I'm wanting to go out and have them say that old Norm he didn't tip. And you got a tip. So how about $600? 600 gold pieces and you got yourself a deal.
Okay, that sounds wonderful.
All right. We got a shake on it.
Okay.
You tall man, you're the witness.
Sim puts it out his hand.
He spits in his hand and puts it forward.
All right, Sin grabs it.
And you shake his hand, and then while you're shaking hand, he hands you over the amulet, and then lets go of the hand and puts it on top, saying to get the 600 gold.
Okay. 1, 2.
Hosh is like, I'm going inside.
4, 5. Here, okay. 6. All right. Fast forward.
Okay. Hosh sits down and goes, can't believe I wasted a spell on that.
Okay, the Austin's already eating and drinking. Wasted the spell on what?
Oh, you'll see, I'm sure. We will we'll pop back over as Sin makes his way back inside. Maybe he just goes, screw you losers, and leaves. But we're gonna go back over to the town hall with Poppy and Prudence.
Oh, I forgot I wasn't there.
I know, it's when I play an old Master Roshi looking man, it's quite easy to get lost in these supple voice tones.
That's a very good Roshi.
Yeah, so then in my dream, he just became this full-fledged alcoholic and just spiraled. Oh no, it's a big fear of mine, honestly. And then this old man came to him. No, it was weird.
I don't see Sin going against your friendship like that. He promised you.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, I don't know. He's probably making good decisions right now. I asked Poppy to not Poppy. I am Poppy. I asked Cindy to keep an eye on him just in case, though.
Oh, we can trust Cindy. They're very observant.
The other person that's over there in the records area goes, yeah, like has been listening this whole time, going, yeah, I don't think Sin would do that. It doesn't sound like him at all.
Yeah, Mark's right.
Women helping women. This is exactly what would happen. Let's be honest with ourselves.
All right, so what are you guys looking up? You had some time to think about it.
Okay, so I sort of wrote it all out. Let me scroll through all these pages. Oh my god, we talk so much.
I do send so many gifts.
I'm glad Maya that we managed to fit in getting at least one of those items via role play because I didn't want to just have it be like I want these, here you go, thanks, and then call it good.
Right. I do prefer that.
That was fun.
So
Yeah.
the way that I imagine this is that it's like a. Oh, can you help me out, please? Sorry. The way I imagine this is it's like a library. Like where they have like a whole bunch of newspapers and archives and things. So they're like walking through and they're like trying to find, first the date. And then when they narrow it down by date, they go into gender and then narrow it down further from gender into occupation. And then from occupation, they go into like date of death. And then anything sort of like that sort of seems to connect. Also, if there's any like, I don't know if like they have like newspapers back then or in fantasy settings, but like I know libraries keep like old newspapers. So like anything about like some sort of noble lady being killed or dragged that was a shadow fae.
Okay. So go ahead. Well, okay. Poppy, anything else that you've been looking up?
Just helping Prudence.
Okay. Um, give me an intelligence check with advantage and a +2.
Advantage and +2?
Correct.
Okay, I hope I did this right. Where's my intelligence?
Ability.
There it is.
Okay. We're doing great.
I don't have inspiration to use.
Can I spend an inspiration?
Wait, we got inspiration for moving, remember?
Oh.
We did get inspiration from moving.
You
Okay.
did.
Wow. I wasn't allowed.
Hold on, no, Pop. You got it for watching Mikhail. The only person that
Yes.
really does not benefit from this is poor Syn, who's been sitting on 3 this whole time.
There we go.
They would have so, with the exception of Syn, and Maya, all of the ones that you've gotten, like Syn, you'll be able to keep yours because it was harder in inspiration from before the move. But everyone else's will go away at the end of the session, which we are literally just at.
Well, let
Okay.
me roll something real quick so I can use it. My God.
I already gave myself one, so I wouldn't forget, so I'm removing one from me.
Okay. Thank you for your honesty. Okay. So you don't find any information about well, you don't find any information about her being. You're looking for the dragged woman, right?
Yeah, I'm looking through all the
Yeah.
archives about anybody that died, gender, age, whatever.
You don't
I'm
really
also
find
looking through like newspapers.
yeah, you don't find a race or anything like that or age, but you do find a name of Helena Marshadow.
Helena Marshadow. Thank you. So can we then take that name and then go further into this like library archives place and then maybe look up like the Marshadow surname and then go from there?
You can. What exactly are you wanting to? How would this benefit if you were trying to?
My whole goal is I just want to figure out this woman's name and her story because like the whole thing is like when we go to talk to her, we want to present like a very kind, calming presence. And I want to basically, if Prudence does it or whoever does it, I want this information to be there for us to be like, hey, we know your name, we know your story, we want to come to you with kindness, we just need help.
I also don't think it's a good idea to refer to her as the way she died.
Yeah,
like that's a little rude.
It's triggering.
It's like, oh, cool, that's what I'm known for. Okay, cool. It's not like I had a name or anything.
It's like that. It's like that person who, when was it Vesuvius went off, or not Vesuvius, the big molten.
That would be Vesuvius, I think.
It would be Vesuvius. What's Pompeii, right?
Yes, Pompeii was the place
The
that
bodies,
Vesuvius was.
the bodies that were basically encased in ash.
Yes, correct.
There's the guy. I'm assuming it's a
Oh,
guy.
the guy that was jacking it, you mean?
Yeah, like that's what that guy's known for, unfortunately.
I mean, that's how I'd go out. I mean, you've only got a little bit of time left, might as well.
He literally had like seconds. He probably didn't even know he was gonna go out like that. That
Um,
shit's rough, dog.
you can know that Helena Marshadow had a husband, who was buried in a mass grave due to the this insurrection, or more importantly, the liberation of Zobeck.
Does it
Um,
say anything about her being nobility?
hmm It showed a previous estate that she was that was essentially her former home, um, and uh, that her body itself, although it was people saw her die, they do not know where her body is, where her remains are.
They saw her die. How did she die?
Uh, she was dragged through the streets.
So this is our girl. Most likely.
Hmm
Puppy, look at this
Mikhail.
passage right here. This sounds just like her. Do you think it's her? Everything
Helena Marshadow.
seems to match up.
It looks like it.
Is there a picture of her?
No.
Okay.
No
It's just
portraits.
like information. All right, cool.
hmm
Prudence looks up at the clock. Oh, we're almost at our 10 minutes. We have to keep our promise.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So I assume Poppy, Prudence, you guys may meet them at the tavern, or did you? Yes. No.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're
Okay.
gonna meet them at the tavern.
Okay.
Tandy shares her dried bananas.
Very nice. Yeah, Hosh sits down, and Syn, you show up, and then shortly after, actually, probably you show up maybe the same time that Prudence and Poppy show up. And we'll have one quick little go around
We
here.
both walk through the door at the same time.
Where'd you go?
Yes, where did you go, Syn?
I somebody had something to say to me, and
You went out into the alleyway? That sounds dangerous. You should be more careful next time.
So Leofton Tendy, like the old man just wanted to go to a brothel and he wanted to buy all the women for the night.
I know about brothels. I learned.
We've been to a brothel.
Mhm.
Together.
Oh, is that
What friends do.
Not together. We just went to one for information.
is that expected of this group? Am I gonna have to?
No, Tandy not allowed to go to brothels anymore.
I think I'll stay with you then, if that's fine.
Tandy
I only-
also not allowed to go to bars or taverns.
Well,
I
you-
Anyway.
only gave him enough to get half of the
Anyway.
girls, I guess. But he was pretty happy with it.
It was
What did
Did
you
you get in
buy?
return? Did you just
generous of you.
give money?
Well, no,
A donation?
we made a trade.
A trade?
Oh, what'd you get?
I got this. And Syn holds up the amulet.
Ooh,
Oh, it's
pretty
pretty.
necklace.
Syn, what does the amulet look like?
Got alcohol.
It's just like
It's just got bubbles.
That's a good point. It is it's blue, and on the inside, it is constantly animated, bubbling up.
Cool.
Ugh.
It's sitting on a silver chain. Fairly durable, but the links are pretty tight.
Well, I'm glad you got yourself a pretty necklace. It looks good on you.
It's
Yeah.
it's supposed to it's supposed to give me some vitality if I drank
You
alcohol.
said immortality?
No, not immortality. It's supposed to make me feel better. So of
Like
course
medicine? Wait, when you
Yes.
drink alcohol, when are you gonna do that?
The words of the old man echo in your ear. Prudes, straight edges.
Dorks!
Poppy's enemy. This old man.
Prudence sees the gears turning in the little's head, and she actually covers for Syn. So we found the woman's name. Dragged
Oh,
the dragged woman, Helena Marshadow.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a really pretty name.
So, which one of us? Do you think it would be best if only one of us went to talk to this specter?
I think more than one, but not.
Looks
Tendi.
over at Leofson.
Tendi also
What?
looks over at Leofston.
What?
Maybe the Austin can hold the bags.
Tendi thinks Leofston maybe could talk to Knuckletooth. Knuckletooth
Who's
sounds
Knuckletooth?
scary.
Oh,
Knuckletooth is at the docks.
Nelson's
Tend-
very good at making people feel safe. What are you talking about?
but he only speaks Elvish, so it either has to be. I mean, he can go obviously, but Hoshay and I are the only ones who can speak Elvish.
Oh, so you found information on Knuckletooth?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, wonderful. This was a very good
We're
night
doing
for
so
us.
good tonight, guys.
Tendi
Alright.
tells all the information.
So then, Syn and Harsh will go talk to Knuckletooth, and then which of the four of us will talk to Lady Marshadow?
You're suggesting that we. Okay.
Tindy and I can go.
What am I suggesting, Harsh? Go ahead and spell it out for the party. Is there a problem with my leadership?
I'm just saying you're wanting to split the group against a bunch of spirits that may be a bit temperamental, and you have, no offense to everyone, you have good stock that Syn and myself are capable of being able to take on a spirit who we have never seen nor fought before.
Which is why I will go with you.
Okay, so 3 people make. Oh, he
Oh.
smiles. He goes, "So you'll be fine sending us to our potential deaths,
I
and
have an
your
idea.
group as well."
Who said we were going to fight the specters? Are you going to fight them? You're going for information.
Yeah.
Yes. Idea.
So technically, we don't have to split the group.
I suppose that maybe we should play it safe.
Hold on, let Poppy finish speaking. Hold your tongue.
We could have everybody be there, but just have maybe 2 people speak at once, or 1 person. And the other
Leofston.
people just kind of stand a little bit away.
Leofston stand a little bit more away.
Why do you say that?
Leofston looks scary. Leofston go to people's house and open door with sword. You've seen this.
I have seen it.
His voice also just always sounds like he's angry, and it said that Helena is very, very scared of everything.
Austin doesn't sound like he's angry. I love
Maybe
his
we
voice.
should. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't pile on so much on the big guy. Am I right?
mean,
Right,
he-
Not a
Leofston?
bad thing.
He only gets angry if you talk about money.
You know, I'm actually going to agree with Harsh here. Can we please stop talking about the Austin like he's not here?
Leofston is here.
It is probably a good idea since we have at least 3 nights. Perhaps one night we visit one specter, and the other
Yes.
night we visit the other.
Yes, yes.
Yes. See that is much more a good idea to listen to everyone in the group.
I am more than willing to listen if the words are used in an appropriate and respectful tone.
This is just how I talk. It doesn't mean that I'm constantly sarcastic.
Maybe you should work on your voice.
Which of these drinks is mine?
Tendi slides the drink over.
All right. We will have you guys enter into a realm of time where you have at least enjoying yet again another bar. You guys could have gotten the Zobeck Tour punch card, where if you went to all of the different bars and had a drink, you could have gotten one free.
Only one?
Tendi
What?
already got one free.
No, you haven't gone to all the taverns yet, but you're close. But you have to get the punch card at each one, so it means you'd have to go. Anyways,
Oh, it's like a book it situation.
Syn, you've bought and paid for and are in possession of the amulet of the drunkard. So just so everybody else knows, this is a uncommon, wondrous item. It smells of old ale-stained wood. And while wearing it, Syn can regain 4d4 plus 4 hit points when he drinks a pint of beer, ale, mead, or wine, and once it's restored hit points, it cannot do so again until the next morning.
That's so fucking cool.
Yep. It was very Syn, so I was all about it.
I like that Poppy's like,
Heal yourself with alcohol? Never.
Jordan, since I have 2 inspiration left and I can only use it till the end of the session, can I try to trip Hash, please?
Can I try to stop her from tripping hash?
You can certainly try.
Using my roll?
What inspiration?
The
The session has ended.
No, it hasn't!
Because I didn't say it did.
Wait, but how did I get 3? Why do I have 3?
Because everyone moved. Helped us move in some form or fashion.
I hobbled around and wouldn't sit down, but also did nothing productive.
You gave me affection, and that should still be counted.
That's favoritism.
You balanced the dryer.
I
Or the
did
washer.
balance
Yeah,
the dryer.
the dryer, that's
Oh,
right.
and our washer, so I didn't tighten the thing enough.
Bye, YouTube.